It's a secret.
It's a secret van lifers don't want you to know about.
And we're exposing the van lifer's secret and sharing it with you.
We're going to show you how to save money and visit some great locations while doing it.
And if you don't know who we are, I'm Deb.
I'm Joel.
This is our dog Maya, and we are chasing our sunshine. So, what is the big secret?
The big secret is the New Mexico State Park system.
Oh, it is so amazing, and this is definitely one thing the van lifers don't want you to know about because, well, we got to stay there for 6 weeks back in October and November of 2023. The only other people we saw were van lifers.
We did see a few other RVs there, but most of it was van lifers.
It was, like Joel said, a couple Class A's, hardly any fifth wheels, but we were able to fit in, and obviously our Class A, which is a 2018 Tiffin Allegro Red 33AA, which is 35 feet long. So we were able to stay in all these parks ourselves.
6 different parks, 1 week at a time.
So what we did is we actually purchased a New Mexico State Park Pass, which was at the time $215 when we purchased it in 2023. I did look this up, and it is now $225 in 2024.
But once you buy that pass, you can utilize any of the 34 state parks in New Mexico and not pay the camping fee. They do have some other fees that you might have to run into for electric, depending on what hookups you have at each camp. If you don't want any hookups, you stay for free.
Right. And also there is a booking fee online if you do book that way as well. But the State Park Pass overall waives all the camping fees except for if you're at full hookups or water and sewer, like Joel said. And that ends up being a small fee from anywhere from $5 to $8 depending. So on average for a week, we did spend $40 for the week total for camping while we were staying at ones that we only had power and water at. However, the one we got lucky and got a full hookup site
At Bottomless Lake,
that was $68. So there's definitely cost saving there when you actually buy the park pass. So the state parks that we actually stayed at for the first week, we were at Ute Lake State Park in Logan, New Mexico. The second was Oasis State Park in Portales, which I always had a hard time saying that one. New Mexico, obviously.
Yeah.
And the third week, we were at Bottomless Lake State Park in Roswell, New Mexico.
we didn't see the aliens though.
We tried.
We tried.
The fourth week, we were down in Carlsbad, New Mexico at Brantley Lake State Park. And then we headed over to Alamogordo, New Mexico, and stayed at Oliver Lee Memorial State Park. And we finished it off down in Deming, New Mexico at Rockhound State Park. And with any campground, you want to know if the sites were nice or not.
Actually, in all 6 of them, the sites were really nice. They weren't necessarily paved. They were mostly all gravel, but level, easy to get into, easy to get out of. And we at least had power and water at all of them, and we did have full hookups at the one.
And obviously there's dump stations at all of them as
Right.
well. So that wasn't any issue. They also, all of them had really nice bathhouses as well. A couple of them had really annoying push button systems for the shower. We're going to tell you right now, we're not fans of the push button.
Yeah, especially since the water only stayed on about 10 or 15 seconds each time. So.
Oh, that one at Ute Lake was really bad with 15 seconds of water.
Yeah.
Like barely was able to even get the soap out of my hair.
All right, that was very refreshing. I do have to say that the temperature that does come out, sometimes if it's those push buttons, it could be extremely hot, and it isn't here. It's almost like perfect temperature, so very nice. But there's no mirrors in there either. So I'm walking back to the RV with the towel on my head so I can get back there and comb out my hair. Yeah, so, and we don't have that far of a walk. And there ain't that many people here, so like, who cares?
But a lot of them also did have a neat pavilion at each of our campsites as well for shade, because I'm pretty sure it gets pretty hot in the summer and you need that shade.
Yeah, we got pretty lucky being there in the fall, so the weather really did cooperate for us.
Yeah, we had some gorgeous weather, but we also had some bad weather where we had been wanting to go kayaking more. We only got to kayak once at Ute Lake State Park. We had wanted to go on Brantley Lake as well. However, there was literally white caps on that lake almost the whole entire time we were there, and super high winds.
Wind can be a thing in New Mexico.
All right, excuse the mess in here, but we are now in high winds, and so this slide topper, of course, while I'm starting to film, isn't doing it now, but it is rattling like crazy. And Joe looked, and they're going to be up to 45-mile-per-hour winds here in the next couple of hours. So to be safe, because we got to run to town and go grocery shopping, we're bringing the slide in.
This slide topper is a little more loose than the other ones. The other ones aren't rattling at all, so we're just going to bring this one in for safety.
Right, safety first, Maya.
Yes, it can. But like we said, the sites were really nice. The amenities at the campgrounds themselves were super clean, and all of the camp hosts that we met were so super friendly. And some of them even teased us that we were baby RVers for full time, because we've only been doing it for 2 years. They had been doing it for 18 to 20 years. Two of the guys at two of the campsites. It was so funny. And as you know, probably as a pet peeve of Joel's, is roads to get into some of these state parks. How were they, Joel?
They actually were pretty good for most of the part. I only didn't like the one to Bottomless Lake only because there were some heights involved, but the road itself was great. And getting in and out of Brantley Lake is a little far drive off the road, and you got to watch out for cows going in there. But again, it was a good road.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we have a little bit of traffic we have to deal with.
Hi. Number 30.
All of them technically have signs to watch for cows, but you really do have to watch for cows on Brantley Lake. We ran into them.
But we didn't actually run into them, but they were on the road.
They were. We asked them to move over.
Little traffic jam. Good thing they were able to move over. Another nice thing about the campgrounds we stayed at least, was there was pretty good hiking around there.
Oh, some of it was absolutely beautiful. One of our favorites was at Bottomless Lake, and that was the skid mark.
Yes, that's what it's called.
It didn't leave any skid marks for us, but it was a really nice hike.
Hi, we completed the trail, and I realized I said skidway trail. It's actually skid marks, and I can say it didn't leave any skid marks in either of our drawers.
Did you check mine?
I don't want to check yours. I'm going to think that they're nice and clean.
They're clean. It's good, but yeah, it's skid marks. I don't know why you would name it that, but they did instead of skidway. And like it shows there on the sign, it was 3.13 miles loop.
Yeah.
And I actually quite enjoyed it.
It was very nice. It is 54 degrees out. I had a long sleeve shirt on when we started. I had to take that off. So did Joel. It's quite warm. I did say that during the summer months, this trail is extremely hot and bring lots of water. And I could see that because
there's no cover.
It's 54 degrees out right now, and it is just perfect to do this hike.
But some of the other hikes at Oliver Lee and at Rockhound were amazing. Right next to Rockhound also, as a tip, there's another state park that doesn't offer camping that's right there. We weren't able to make it over there because that's when I got sick over Thanksgiving week.
Well, this is a first for us.
Yes, it is.
She's sick and she's going to urgent care.
And ended up not being able to hike because of bronchitis.
We do have plans to go back to Rockhound and visit that other state park as we move our way back towards Wisconsin in the spring.
Yeah, so we can hit up that trail. I think the hike at Rockhound was Maya's favorite. She was able to go with us on all of them, but I think that one was her favorite.
Yeah, I think so.
And it was her birthday hike. So not only were the state parks absolutely gorgeous, but some of them had way super cool things to do around them, and some obviously were better than others.
Yes.
What was to do in the area.
Ute and Oasis really didn't have much in the area to do. You had to drive quite a ways to get to anything. But the rest of them all had museums and national parks and state parks and other hikes to do. It was great.
Yeah, and so we're going to be having some videos coming up on the fun things that we got to do in Roswell, Carlsbad, and Alamogordo. We even got to see the largest pistachio in the world, not to mention White Sands National Park. And while we were in Roswell, we did not get abducted by aliens.
No close encounters of the third kind there.
No, and you definitely don't want the fourth kind. That's one thing that we learned while we were at the museum. Fourth kind's bad.
Which one don't you want?
You clearly do not want the close encounter of the fourth kind. That's where you get abducted, and I think probing occurs, but I'm not sure.
All right, we have kind of summed up all of our stuff for staying at the New Mexico State Parks, but it really comes down to, is this going to actually save you money or not?
For our 6 weeks, we saved ourselves $205 over what we would have spent if we didn't have the camping pass.
Yeah, that's a big deal, especially if you watched our budget video and know how much we like to go over and things.
You're right.
This is an actual cost saving for us. So we would highly recommend staying at the New Mexico State Parks. They're beautiful, scenic, and quiet to sleep in.
And the drive around New Mexico is gorgeous also when you're going from one park to the other.
I actually think our favorite drive was going from Carlsbad. We had to scoot up and cut over to go to Alamogordo and went through these mountains, and I even saw snow. Don't like that, but we did.
Yeah, we didn't want to see snow, especially in the mountains, but we did.
That
No, snow! What the heck?
It's not what we were looking for.
We knew it was supposed to rain today. There was nothing that said anywhere anything about snow. We have about 2 hours to go. I don't know. We didn't ever want to drive in the snow or anything like that. It's
Especially going through the mountains.
yeah. We're just gonna go slow.
Hopefully once we get over this high spot, it'll be gone.
road was absolutely gorgeous. But we hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope you found it useful. And if you did, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified when our next video is out.
And don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, or a thumbs down if you didn't.
We wish all of you safe travels, and we'll see you on next week's video.
Thanks for watching.